Good morning. This is Miss Lally, and I am going to try my hand at making sauerkraut. A couple of Saturdays back, because today is Saturday, March 10th, I watched Art and Bree YouTube channel, and Art made sauerkraut and invited people to come along with him to do it. At the time I couldn't do it, but that stayed in my mind. I said I really want to try it. I've only ever been exposed to sauerkraut by way of commercial sauerkraut. It's not something I eat on the regular, but just trying to, build up my menu of homemade foods that I can make easily. So it looked very simple the way that he did it, and I've checked out some other videos, and so okay, I'm going to try. So I peeled off the outer layers of my cabbage, and I'm going to go ahead and cut. Okay. Just take this part off right here. And going to cut some nice thin slices. So today I'm attempting to do sauerkraut, and I just happened to see Living Traditions video from back in December where she was a little hesitant about getting into making fermenting foods, and she ended up speaking with Stacy from Off Grid with Doug and Stacy, and she was mentioning Living Traditions. I can't think of her name, but the wife, she was mentioning how she was kind of fearful of doing fermented foods because she didn't want to, poison herself or her family, which I was having the same feeling. So I decided, well, I'm going to give this a try. I can't be too scary about trying new things. But her video made me laugh because a lot of what she was saying is what I was feeling. Work with me, cabbage. Okay. Trying to cut my cabbage as thin as possible. Trying to get little strands like that. I asked my husband if he liked sauerkraut. He immediately said no, especially when I told him I was going to make sauerkraut. But I don't think he really knows whether he likes it or not. Okay, we'll just set that piece right there. Let's see. Put this in a bowl. Okay, so I have all of this now shredded up, and I'm going to use Himalayan pink salt. I have, where is it? teaspoon measuring spoon. So, okay, so on Art and Bree's channel, he used 2 teaspoons of salt, but he said he's not going to tell you how much salt to add to your cabbage, because it's basically based off of your taste. So you really have to go by your own taste buds. So actually what I'll do. Now, I don't have, this is all I got as far as the, to use to kind of, I don't know if this is the right thing to do, but you know what? He stirred his up with his hand. Let me do that. I can already see from adding the salt that the cabbage seems like it's already releasing water. And so he said, you know, he used 2 teaspoons, but I guess that's to his tasting. Maybe he used more afterwards. I don't know. So I'm going to taste. I like raw cabbage anyway. When my mom used to cook cabbage, when she would get down to this part right here, she would cut maybe about right here off, and I would take this part and eat it. You know, this is kind of good. Art says that when he makes a batch, it doesn't last long because they eat it up so quick. I'm gonna, add another. Come on. The hole is so small. Okay. That's not even a full, it's not all the way to the top. But I like the taste of cabbage uncooked, so. But so the cabbage is like, is really wet now, all on its own. Now that I think about it, I think he used, I don't know why I was using that, I think it's a meat tenderizer, to do this. Now that I think about it, he used that to stuff it down in the jar. And I believe he did this for quite some time until the cabbage, by the time he was getting ready or put the cabbage in the jar, the juice, there was a lot of juice that had formed up. Oh, okay, so now I added 2 teaspoons, so I'm going to taste. Looks good. I think it's too good for me. Just based off the taste, 1 teaspoon of the Himalayan salt would have been just fine, but 2 teaspoons is okay. So I'm gonna put this phone down because I feel like 2 hands is better than 1. That's kind of big. Let me eat that. All right. So I used both hands and was just grabbing and squeezing, and look at all of that juice that showed up from all the grabbing and squeezing. So I'm going to put the sauerkraut in this jar. Okay, so I'm getting ready to add this to the jar, but I've been while I was squeezing and grabbing and everything, I was also tasting that. This is good. This is really good. I'm using my tongs to get it down in there. See why Art and Bree family eats up the sauerkraut, because it's good. So I'm going to let this sit. So this is where this comes in. Oh no. Oh man, it's not going to go down. It won't go down. I thought this went down. Okay, it's not a good idea. Let's see if I can pack it down with my tongs. These off. Get this cabbage off the sides of the bowl. Come on, all it. Okay, so Art said if the brine is not, I guess, not coming all the way up to the very top, then I could add some water with some salt in it to bring it up to cover the very top, because you want the top covered. Push it down. Get my hands down in there. Let them beat your hands. And it just so happened, a YouTuber that I just started following, Little White Dory, he also did the same sauerkraut. Made sauerkraut. I believe the same time that Art and Bree did, and he did a video tasting his after 1 week. Let me get that big piece out of there. Like that. This is so good. And so I commented, and then someone else commented on my comment on Little White Dory's video, and they were saying how the cabbage rise. I didn't know the cabbage would rise up. So what I'm going to do, because right now, if you can see that, the cabbage is down there. So yeah, I do believe that probably will rise. But Art took a piece of cabbage and placed it on top down in there, so I guess it would keep everything under the brine. Well, what I was thinking about doing, because I saw this on Off Grid with Doug and Stacy, and Stacy took this and set it down in there to hold everything down. But I think I'm gonna see if I can go this route. See if I can. I don't know, because this piece of cabbage right here, well, maybe. Okay. Let's see if I got any more juice. I still got a little bit of cabbage in here, but I'll eat that. I sure will. I'm excited actually to see how this is going to turn out. So, everything is under the brine. Wipe this top off. Cover it. I have my ring. I'm going to cover. Oh, it's not down evenly. Okay, let's get down there even. There we go. So I guess it still needs to breathe. And that's it. Okay, so this is my finished product. Let me just turn it around. Everything is under the brine, pretty much. Except for that one leaf piece right there. But I'm not going to mess with it. So everything's under the brine. And I'm going to put this up and let it sit and check on it next Saturday. Just wanted to bring you along, show you my first time ever fermenting a food, and the food of choice is cabbage. So just wanted to share that with you. Have a great weekend and thanks for watching.